Hey guys, I hope you are doing well today. Today we are going to talk about the distributive property and how we can apply the distributive property to expressions so that we can simplify them. So first let's look at some examples. So let's simplify the following. Negative 3x plus 5. Here, I'm just going to make sure my pen works on here. There we go. So we're going to simplify the following expression, negative 3 times x plus 5. So when we hear the word distribute, what that means is we are going to perform multiplication, okay, with a number or a variable or some sort of term in an addition or subtraction expression. And in order to do that, what we need to do is distribute the negative 3 on the outside, right, to both pieces on the inside. So we are going to multiply the negative 3 to the x and the negative 3 to the 5. So when we say the word distribute, we are looking to perform the operation of multiplication. And in order to perform it, we have to make sure that it is simplified, which means we need to multiply by both or all three or four, depending how many terms we're looking at inside the parentheses. So in order to simplify, we're going to have negative 3 times x plus negative 3 times 5, okay, which when we simplify is going to give us a negative 3x minus 15. Okay, when you multiply to this 5 to this second number, you are going to keep the sign, okay, that is in the expression inside the parentheses. Okay, now similarly, we're going to do the same thing. Okay, we are going to multiply the negative 2 times the y and the negative 2 times the 3. I like to draw these arrows so that I remember, okay, I need to multiply the negative 2 not just times the y, but times the 3 as well. And when we do that multiplication, that gives us negative 2y minus 6. Again, because negative 2 times y is negative 2y, negative 2 times a positive 3 is going to be a negative 6. Okay? Now, 3 is a little bit different. So what you should notice that's different about 3 is that now our term is a 9x. So we have a variable on the outside. So when we do this initial multiplication, okay, we need to be careful to distribute not just the 9, but the x as well. So when we go ahead and do the first multiplication, it is 9x times x minus 9x times, keeping this sign on the inside, negative 2. Okay? If you remember, okay, from 8th grade, a term that is x times x, because that is what we have in the middle of our 9x times x, is going to be the same as x squared, because we have two x's that we're multiplying to each other. Remember, if we're squaring something, it's the same as multiplying it times itself. So our term is going to be 9x squared, and then we have a negative 9x times a negative 2, which is going to be a positive 18x. And we make sure we keep that x in our multiplication. Oops, sorry, this was a positive 9x, so this should be negative 18x. Sorry, I forgot. I thought that 9x was negative for some reason. Now, 4 is a little bit different. So there's two ways we can do 4. If you notice, we are doing division, okay? But we are dividing, okay, that entire expression by 3. So we have to be careful to make sure we divide both pieces by 3. So we can do this division as 5x divided by 3 plus 2 over 3. And 5 divided by 3 is just 5/3 x plus 2/3. And that is our final answer. And we leave it in fraction form. Okay? We like fractions here. Now, What you could also see is that dividing by 3 is going to be the same as multiplying by 1/3. So we could pull that fraction out and write it as we have seen it so far. And then you're just distributing that 1/3 to the 5x and that 1/3 to the 2 through multiplication rather than through division. Same thing, same gives you the same exact answer, just looks a little bit different in the process of getting there. You should do whichever makes you feel more comfortable. Now, for number 5, this is you're going to see a lot in subtraction problems. This is what you're going to see in general. Okay? If we're looking at a negative x plus 6, we have to think about what this constant out in front really is. It really is a negative 1. So we can still apply the distributive property because we're doing negative 1 times x plus 6. So we can multiply the negative 1 times x and the negative 1 times 6, giving us a negative x minus 6 as our final answer. Okay? If you have any questions, make sure you ask in class. I'll see you tomorrow.